Welcome to my show. My name is Marcel Johnson, and this is the Freedom Experience.
Man, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Freedom Experience. As you know, my name is Marcel Johnson, and man, I thank you so much. Like, this journey has been incredible, just episode after episode, guest after guest. I mean, so many great things are happening, but I ask you guys to like, to comment, and to subscribe. And you know what I mean? I always tell you, share with your peoples, because you never know what you'll be teaching them. But man, I'm excited that today I have somebody here with me, man, who's an incredible artist. He does so many different things, and I'm so glad that you guys get to be introduced to my brother, Zach. His name is Zachary Rudder. That's right. And hey, what's up, bro? Thank you for coming, good. Bro. I appreciate you for stopping through. You know what I mean? But where do we start, bro? Like, there's so much good stuff to talk about. What do you want to start with? I mean, I'm going to tell y'all this. He's an artist. He's a local painter. He's an entrepreneur. And he does a lot of things with Hope for Ghana, which is from one of our friends, Steve, has a foundation that's called Hope for Ghana. So I like to call him a philanthropist. But, you know, he's more humble. He's like, bro, like, just chill. I'm an artist that do good things. You know what I mean? But he paints. But tell us a little bit about what you have going on and stuff like that, bro.
All right, man. I got a lot going on. Always staying busy working on paintings.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of images inspired by what got me into art in the first place, which is comic books. So I've been painting a lot of superheroes.
Comic books?
Yeah, getting back to my roots. Doing a lot of like Spider-Man, Captain America, stuff like that. Yeah. That's exactly it, man. I'm just trying to get back in touch with my childhood. I just had a little baby girl, so it's like getting back in touch with my childhood's helping me be a part of her childhood. So that's been a huge thing. Then I paint a lot of flowers. I paint a lot of animals. I love doing pet portraits and then mural work and just trying to do stuff for the community.
Bro, like, so I like to hype up anybody that I see doing great things. I always hype you up. This dude has something that's called Spread Love. It's the Spread Love Army, right?
That's right.
And I mean, if you ride buses in the city of Pittsburgh, it's all on the sides of the buses. It's everywhere. Like, there's stickers everywhere. I had an office on the north side in downtown Pittsburgh. His stickers were everywhere. I'm like, bro, Zach is taking over the city of Pittsburgh.
I did not put them there.
How did you get started though with the bus and the stickers on the bus and stuff? Because that's official.
So the bus is actually from a thing that happened to me on Twitter. Even backstep a little bit further. 2017, I got invited to paint down at the Three Rivers Arts Festival through like an outside company that had me painting in front of a restaurant.
That's hard.
I decided to do a picture of a Port Authority bus. And while I was painting on the street, I put my sun heart, which is that heart you keep talking about.
The heart.
The sun heart on the side of the bus on the canvas. Never thought it was going to be a real bus, never anything like that. Then something told me to tweet that photo to Port Authority on Twitter. And the CEO contacted me and said, I love this painting, I love this idea. Let's put that image on a real bus. And now we got a Spread Love bus that drives around the city of Pittsburgh.
That is so. Listen, man, this is why I tell you, like, you never know what is planned for you to do. You never know exactly what you're supposed to do, but it's always connected to your purpose.
Right.
And the fact is, you listened to that voice that said, go ahead and tweet that picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you trusted your own, like, gift. And his gift made room for him. So I tell y'all, man, if you got something that you love to do, just do it. How important is it to step into your gift and not to allow your fears to stop you?
It's it'll change your life if you do something like that, man. It's when you give yourself entirely to your passion, entirely to something that you love, that only good things can come from that. You know, like you grow with that.
Bro, like, I remember, like, I think it was like a year or two ago, I did an event, I did a workshop, and it was actually me and Zach collaborated, and he did an arts gallery, and I did a speaking engagement, but I also did a teaching workshop, and Zach's paintings were everywhere. Yeah. But Zach had an apartment near that location, and his apartment was literally like an artist, like, it was like, what do you call it, bro?
I don't even know. Sanctuary. It was heaven for me at one point.
Bro, like when you go in there, it was like his house was a painting. And I'm like, bro, like God is in here. Do you see how creative you are? And he's like, I don't know, bro. Like, this is just what I do. And I'm like, bro, he doesn't even realize how blessed he is, y'all. Like, he's so blessed. He doesn't even get it. But like, I just want to thank you for tapping into your gift and your purpose, because it inspires me personally. You know what I mean? But I wanted to ask you some questions. So I wanted to talk about how your artistry began, and did you always know that this is what you wanted to do?
So I'll answer the second one first. No, I had no idea that this is what I was ever going to do, you know. As a little kid, I was always fascinated, like I said before, with comic books, with reading comic books, and then eventually drawing those covers, those superheroes, those characters. And when I was growing up, I knew I wanted to do something creative. I knew I wanted to do something that required me to use my hands. At one point,
how old were you
when I got my first comic book? Or?
Like when you kind of start knowing this?
I would say it was probably right around that same time I got that comic book. I was maybe 6 or 7 years old when I got that comic book. So like that, that had such an impacting moment, like thing in my life that there was something in that receiving that. It was a Spider-Man issue that I got at KB Toys. If you remember KB Toys from back in the day.
I don't, but I'm saying Spider-Man. Shout out to Spider-Man.
Hey, Spider-Man saved me. He changed my life and made me the man I am today. But
let's go.
After that, I was going to eventually get into like construction. My whole idea was to use my hands to build the better future with like physical work. That maybe backstepped a little bit to architecture. I was like, maybe instead of doing construction, I'll try and do the design aspect.
That makes sense.
I actually took some college courses while in high school for architecture, and I knew immediately not for me. I ended up just taking some time off after graduating high school to focus on work. I waited tables for a whole year after graduating, and I doodled every single day at the restaurant. Had a little book in my pocket, which I still always make sure I do to this day.
What is that book?
It's the sketchbook. There's a bunch of different drawings, random things that I doodle, thoughts that I put down and stuff, you know, like.
Show us, like flip through it a little bit, just a few of them.
Nice little colorful dragon. This is referencing the 21 Pilots CD cover. Silver Surfer, of course, one of my absolute favorites, superhero stuff. Just beauty. The likeness of a beautiful woman.
I seen that Spread Love heart. Where's that at? Is that on there?
Yeah.
I just want to show what we was talking about as far as the Spread Love.
So if you look in the background of her, it's the sun heart radiating behind her.
Yeah, so if you see that heart, it's like a heart with these things behind it, know that that's my brother Zach. You know what I mean? Port Authority all over the city of Pittsburgh.
It gets around. What I mean? And hit me up on Instagram and Facebook. I always send stickers out. I usually send little ones out for free that you can put on your cell phone or carry with you. It's a reminder to spread love and just be kind to one another. I mean, we're all humans at the end of the day, and we got to start treating each other like neighbors in a community, you know?
Look at that love. You know, I always tell people, like, God is love. Love is God. He is spreading love. And I love that. Even, you know how, well, we'll get into it. But, like, I could go all day. Y'all already know. But I wanted to say, so in your childhood, I always draw the parallel between this. When we're young, we always get our purpose. You're always exposed to your purpose or what you like when you're young.
Absolutely.
But the reason why it's so hard to find it is because it's parallel with your traumas. And in life, if you pay attention, every time something good is happening in your life, there's always something going on that balances it out that you have to fight through. And I say it starts when you're young. So you discovered your purpose as far as being an artist, and it took you a while to find that. But what are some traumas that you also experienced that kind of was happening, even if it wasn't that exact time, but just in your childhood?
Oh man, there's a lot. Trauma is a weird one to talk about. You know, I've had family traumas. I've had death in the family. I've had things that I thought were going to go my way that didn't go my way.
Disappointments.
Disappointments is the word.
Wow.
I've had people in my life come into it that I thought would be in my life forever that are now gone.
Rejection.
Yeah, a lot of different things that have happened in my life. But you know, I've for some reason always had this inherent positivity. Like no matter what it is, I can't even control it. I can't even do anything about it. I just, for some reason, I always think about the bright side, it is what it is type thing. And that has always kept me going with a smile on my face. And I've seen people in my life that I know have had serious traumas, terrible things.
That's right.
And they've always looked to me and my positivity because they see like, hey man, why are you always so happy? And you know, that there are times when I'm not happy, there are times when I'm sad, but like thinking about those guys that have come to me looking for my positivity to help make them more positive, kind of is another thing that I keep with me to help me stay more positive, stay more grounded, you know?
I love that. And this is what I say, man, like my bro doesn't even realize how blessed he is. Like he's graced to just have a joyful spirit, you know what I mean? Even throughout them hardships and them traumas. And I love that you spoke about rejection. You spoke about disappointments and just grief as well. But what are some ways that you deal with your rejection? Like what would you tell somebody at home that maybe is still dealing with childhood traumas that kind of they weren't able to have or be blessed with just like it's cool, I'll get over it. They kind of are dealing with that rejection. What would you tell them?
First of all, verbalize it. You know, I mean, speaking it into the world is one way to help make something better is to vocalize and act on that. You know.
Wow.
But personally, I've always dove into my work. You know, I paint whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, whether I'm angry. I try and put my energy towards making something beautiful, whether that's a positive message or a negative message. Pouring myself into my passion and what makes me happy at the end of the day, whether I'm not happy at the time I'm doing it.
Bro, that is so important because I think if we just focus on the gift that we have and the purpose while we're here, those things and those problems will eventually fade. And like you said, communicate it. Whether you got to go to therapy, talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying, release it, and then get back to your purpose. And you stay on your grind, bro. Like, he stays on his grind. So I wanted to talk about different things as far as being a parent. Like, you know what I mean? I got so much to talk about, but I'm trying to be intentional today. So we're just going to be intentional, but being a parent, because as I think Zach just spoke to y'all, he told you just had a baby girl and he's also engaged.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you're learning as far as like being a parent?
You know, I think right now I'm working on my best piece of art, and that is parenthood, that is being a father, and that is watching this little girl. She just had her first birthday a couple weeks ago.
Hey,
and
happy birthday.
Can't even believe that it's already been 1 year of this crazy ride. It's been nothing but joy. I mean, obviously I'm dealing with crying babies and dirty diapers and stuff, but you know, I grow to love and enjoy that because I know one day it's all gonna be gone. You know, every time, like, she's just now figuring out the whole standing up and walking thing, and anytime she comes up and starts crawling on my legs, I'm just like thinking like, man, that's not gonna happen one day. And like, when is that gonna happen? Like, when is that day that she's gonna be walking and gone? You know, like have her own life to live. So I've been just soaking up this first year of parenthood, making this my main focus, my main priority, taking a step back from my love for art, from my passion for work, and just kind of try and be a present dad. And
but like he just said, you said that raising your daughter is an art. And I think if so many, listen to how blessed that sounds. Like, if so many people looked at raising a child or being involved in their career or whatever as art, it frees you to be able to express it, to go through it, to grow with it, to learn from it. So I love that perspective on it. Like, you look at parenting as art. So, and I love the fact that you said I take a break from doing this way of, you know, showcasing my artistry to now presenting it this way. Right. And I think in life, sometimes we do have to navigate through different ways that we express our gift. Yep. Like with me, I love, you know, speaking, and I travel and I speak, but then like doing a show or doing some affirmation albums that's coming out soon. All of that is like different ways to express it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I wanted to say, so I also, that was paired with what are you learning? I wanted to ask, what are you learning? And you kind of answered it. You said to be still, be present.
Yeah.
To kind of, you know what I mean, not rush through life.
Yep. I would say being present and patience is a huge one that I'm still struggling with because, like,
come on, bro.
A few hours of a crying baby, your patience wears thin, but you got to stay strong. You got to stay focused. Like, they don't know any better. Obviously, something's bothering them. You
they don't know no better.
You got to find out what the issue is and overcome it. So, yeah, patience and definitely being present.
Present. So, being that you're engaged to Jess, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What's up, Jess? Shout out to Jess. Shout out. So, how's that going, and what are some things you're learning that you can share as far as like maintaining a healthy relationship?
Well, we're lucky to live close to home, like close to both of our parents. So, like, we do take time, maybe not every week, but we do try and take as time as much as possible to just go out and be a couple, go out to the movies. We just bought a house, so we've been diving into remodeling the house together. So it's been a lot of like building something together, this foundation that is our family, you know. So we spend a lot of time doing that, and then on top of it, we're the only one in our like core group of friends that has a child. So it's like we only really have each other to bounce these things off of. So it's a lot of like dealing with the newfound parenthood while also trying to build this beautiful home for our family to grow in, you know.
I love that, bro, because so many people get focused on their gift or whatever. They don't take that quality time to build with each other. Well, I love that.
I'm lucky, too, to have Jess because she's a full-time stay-at-home mother, and she's helping with my business. Like, she does all my web design, all my PR, helps edit, helps mail prints and stuff out.
Shout out to Jess, man.
Yeah. And while being a full-time mom.
Jess, you're a beast. Like, shout out to Jess. We love her, man.
Couldn't do it without her. I really couldn't.
Couldn't do it without her. And that's what a wife's supposed to be. Like, she's supposed to help you and assist you and even be a partner with you. You know what I mean? Yep. And then you help her, too, and you both take off your, you know what I mean, in different seasons.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to talk about, man, something that happened to my brother. He expressed this to me a while back, but it was a near-death experience, and that's what I'm calling it. My brother's more humble, and he's like, it's just an experience. I'm like, that's a near-death experience.
Yeah.
Take us through how he basically, I'm going to tell it real fast, he got electrocuted, and he fell, and his life changed. And that was kind of the epiphany that God used to awaken him, to show him, like, you need to start valuing your gifts and valuing your time and really go after it. He went full-fledged entrepreneur, did everything. So take me through that story.
All right, so 2018, I was a full-time maintenance guy, just graduated college. It was a great union gig, wonderful paycheck, full benefits, everything that you want as an adult. And pretty much what it was general maintenance, fixing ballasts and light fixtures, very minor electrical work. But one day, I guess I was gripping too high on my snips on an 8-foot ladder in a drop-down ceiling, snipped the wrong wire, fully got electrocuted, hands flew to the sky, screamed louder than I've ever screamed in my entire life, and my legs kicked the ladder out from underneath me. I fell 8 feet through the ceiling, down onto the floor, and first of all, I thought I was going to be stuck in that little hole, being electrocuted till they find me the next day. I was like, I don't know how I'm getting out of this. Magically, my legs kicked the ladder out. That was just a freak reaction from the electrocution, and fell down. And from that day on, I knew that I could have died in that moment. I could have been just done right then and there, doing something for someone that I don't love, something that I didn't want to do. So. After that moment, maybe a month later, my 2 weeks was in. I was done. I was doing full-time art. I said, if I could die doing this, what type of story would I have left if that would have happened right then and there? That was the moment I knew I needed to put 100% of my energy into this, because I could die from anything. Why not focus on what I love and do that, you know? And that was 2018. I've been full-time, self-employed, doing this on my own with my family and friends since that day. So that moment was definitely the impact, the catalyst of, like, here's my old life, here's my art life, here's my new life. So, like, it was that moment where I was like, everything's getting left behind. We're focusing on this and making this the thing.
Which, bro, congratulations, like, for real, like, that's, and when he told me this story even before, like, a few years ago, I was like going crazy and telling you all different type of stuff God was sharing with me. But I feel like anytime you have to go through something that drastic in order to open up your eyes, it's a blessing in disguise. Because a lot of us need to just realize that without having to be electrocuted and almost die and really go through flights of floors and roofs. Like, I feel like what he said is so important. Did you hear him? He said, if I died doing something for somebody else and not even living in my gift, what type of story would that be? Like, that was so dope, bro. Like, and it made me think, like, what type of story would it be if I died doing something that everybody else wanted me to do and I'm not doing what I love to do? And then he used it and said negative, like, I'm going to really go after my complete dream. And he did it, and he's doing it, y'all. And you can do it, too. For somebody at home that feel like they can't do it, what would you tell them?
I'd say bet on yourself, you know?
Come on.
Seriously. You take these gambles, like a day job doing something you hate is a gamble. You may lose that job tomorrow, and then what? Bet on yourself, and that's the best word of advice I can give.
Bet on yourself. And then not only is he doing artwork, like something that he cares about and he's passionate about, you also express that to helping, like, black kids in Ghana, for Hope for Ghana with our bro Steve. Shout out Steve. You know what I'm saying, for putting that together with the water wells. And my bro goes over there and you transform their worlds with your art. So take us through your what you do as far as Hope for Ghana.
Okay.
So the position you play, should I say?
We could start back at the Spread Love Army. You know, this movement that I started in the city of Pittsburgh to promote a message of love and positivity. I would give art away. I would give stickers away. And for the last few years, that has been awesome. But at the same time, it hasn't had that weight to it. It doesn't. I mean, I can give stickers away all day. How is that going to make the world a better place? This trip is my way of taking the first leap into making the world a little bit better. You know, I want to go to this place. I'm donating my time. I'm donating my talent to paint murals for 3 classrooms in a village in Ghana. And this is not just for me. This is for the kids in this village. This is for hopefully an inspiration to others to make this big of a leap and this big of a change. And this is my first time doing something on this scale that's bigger than me. And it just feels amazing to be able to say that, like, this is more than some stickers, you know?
Bro, and this isn't his first time. How many times did you do this? Twice?
I've been overseas doing things that I call art drops, which is where I take artwork and leave them. I've been to London and Italy and Paris. I've been to those types of places, but like that's just another city in another place, you know? Like giving the art away there had its own level of like, wow, we're connecting on another level. Like I gave away 30 paintings or 35 paintings in London. 28 people contacted me from all over the world and said, I found your art. It spoke to me. I love this art. In languages I had to translate on Google. I understand them. So like this is the first time where it's even bigger than that. This is the next step where we're doing something more, and this is a more permanent thing. These classrooms will be there hopefully forever. This artwork will be there to inspire kids in this village for generations, not just I found this painting on my vacation, you know?
And it's doing something for people who can't pay you back. Right. Like the other paintings he can sell, but what about for people who can't pay you back? What are you doing for people who can't pay you back? And the fact that you're getting shots, you're having to leave your family, you're going all the way to Africa. Was this the second time?
This is there was supposed to be a first time last year.
Okay,
at the beginning of the COVID. Yeah, at the beginning of the pandemic.
So you're finally going.
Yeah.
So you're doing it. So now he's going over there and he's donating, like you said, your time, your gift, everything for just like a city and generations to come, bro. That's wonderful. Absolutely. And he's a part of something where they're building water wells, right? Isn't that what Steve does?
So Hope for Ghana and Dr. Steve Green,
Chief Steve Green,
he was just made an honorary chief of the village, but he started out building water wells. I think they've done almost 30 water wells in villages outside of Accra. Now he's got 2 schoolhouses that he built, one of which that I'll be painting this time. We'll plan for other trips to paint the other ones. But he's doing so much to get libraries, books, like opportunities. He's doing things where he's donating apprenticeships to people in these villages so they can learn a trade, they can learn a craft that's going to get them paid and better their future later. So Steve is the best.
When I talked to Steve too, I had a couple meetings with him, and he was telling me even like, because I was getting involved a little bit with the Hope for Ghana in a different way, but I feel like his vision that he has and the fact that he goes over there and he becomes the chief of the village and builds things and gives people opportunities to earn income for their families, that's literally things that I'm inspiring to do. Right. And I feel like even having you a part of the journey is super important, bro. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And I think that, like, you know what I mean, there's big blessings just for you for pouring your gift out for people who can't do anything for you.
Right, and this is the first time that I've ever done like a GoFundMe and actually raised money for this trip.
That's right.
The first time we ever worked together was the Valentine's Day show.
We did that, yep.
Yeah, that was with Hope for Ghana to raise money for Hope for Ghana.
That's
and
right.
that turned into this international trip.
Come on.
So, I mean, everything's full circle. You never know who you're going to interact with and how they're going to change your future. So always be grateful of the people in front of you and never treat anyone with disrespect, for sure.
Wow, say that again.
I don't even always be grateful for the people in front of you and never treat them with disrespect. You know, I mean, if you could be respectful, things are going to come. And there's a time and place to be disrespectful, to be angry, but to do that with a level of professionalism as well. You know, like just.
Bro, you have so much wisdom. This is what I mean, y'all. So y'all get to see the light. You get to see how much of a light he is. You get to see like how blessed he is. And my bro just does it organically. He's just like walking and talking, just, you know what I'm saying, being a blessing, man. And that's what it's really about. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about was just like cultivating your purpose. Like, what if you know what you're supposed to do, but you kind of feel like you're not good enough yet or confident enough to kind of take it out? Because that takes a lot of confidence to make a painting and do it. Matter of fact, can we see some of your paintwork?
Absolutely.
Can I have somebody bring me some of Zach's paintwork, please? Because he has a few different designs. Yeah, just hand me a few of them.
I'd say maybe the middle one, maybe.
You can hand me 2. Just hand me.
Yeah, those talk to you right there. Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
So. You see, I do an image of flower patterns. So the front one, I will say, is a more colorful, like peaceful piece. I brought 2 examples of my artwork. Oh, I brought 3 examples. This is more so getting back to my childhood. This is
Spider-Man, bro.
This is the comic book kid in me. This is the message. This is the sun heart in the center of a beautiful image. And then if you look closely, there are comic books underneath that are images of war and negativity and sadness. So it's a little bit of that yin and that yang, that good and that bad, all culminated on one canvas.
Come on.
That's life. Everything happens together. You have good times, you have bad times, but you have to always put the beauty and the positivity on the surface. And that's what the art's meant to represent. The third one, it's a little bit more of a conversational piece on like just my understanding of modern religion. So this is deconstruction of modern religion. It's a Gothic-style church being torn down by a modern-day excavator. And I think what's beautiful about it is it shows the breaking down of religious in like a religion in the modern sense, in what we all have this idea of like these pristine chapels, these giant castle-like cathedrals, and that's never really what religion was ever intended to be. You know, I get it that they were building these monuments for heaven or to heaven in God's name, but like religion has always been about the connections you make with one another, and this piece is meant to show that. So that's why even in the background you'll see the comic books behind is the telling of the Holy Bible in comic book form. So I think it's all the New Testament, but you could see Jesus in there breaking bread, the 12 disciples, or Jesus rising from the grave. All these images culminated on this one surface.
That is fire, bro.
Thank you. And I think that there's a very serious narrative that could be spoken there about modern religion compared to the message that religion's supposed to convey. You know?
Come on, like the message of religion is supposed to convey love. And that's what he's all about, love. And it's like tearing that down. This painting is so important. It's like tearing down the religious beliefs, all the things that bring shackles and, you know what I mean, all the things that brings bondage that's being falsely represented in what it's supposed to be. And this is what I'm saying, y'all. Like, he's not just painting stuff that's just like regular. He's painting stuff with his passion. He's painting his beliefs. And I love the other one that he said with the pain, you know what I mean, the good and the bad, like the ups and the downs, and looking at it all as one big art piece. Because I think that's what our life is. Yeah. Like, God is painting our life, and it's like there's some bad stuff, there's some good stuff, but at the end, it's all a masterpiece. It's all a masterpiece. You know what I mean? And I think, like, the way that you do that, bro, it's incredible how. And I mean, there's so many paintings. He has art galleries of paintings. Like, he's humble, but I get the boast for you. So I'm gonna be the bro that boasts for you. Bro's house is filled with paintings. Bro's like house is an art gallery. Like, you go in there and just get lost in the artwork and lost in the artistry. And this is what I love about it. You ready? All of them have special meanings. It's like he's a storyteller through his art, bro. It's like whenever I ask you, what does this one mean? What does that one mean? Bro, you drew this, what is this? And then he does research. You do research and get different pieces and things that mean stuff to you, and you paint it and you bring it to life. Right. And it's like, so it's just, bro. Oh, and my bro Chris, shout out Chris, he got married. My bro was there and painted the wedding, bro. Yeah. Like, he sat in the back and like, I'm in the painting. And you should see me, like, I got a fro and I'm in the painting and I'm sitting there like, just sitting there chilling. My other bro's in there like, he had all the bridesmaids, bro. Like, he painted the wedding with like the flowers and the people. Yep. Bro, you're a beast. Did you hear what Chris
calls that? He calls that his first supper instead of the last supper.
Wow,
and I love that. That is what we titled the painting, was the first supper, because it's the first supper of the Samaroni family coming together.
Bro, that was what I'm talking about. It's like bringing the pages that were written about you in heaven and then bringing them down to earth and causing them to come to life. You're a manifester. You manifest stuff, bro.
That is the word, definitely.
You're a manifester, and
that's why I say speak
it
out, speak it into existence, manifest it, make it happen. You know, first step, talk about it. Second step, do it. Then the third step is it happens.
Oh, hold on, real fast. The question: if I know I have a gift, but it's like hard for me to get confident enough to do it, what do you say?
That comes back to practice. Like I said, I always have my sketchbook on me. Like, for like simplifying it to art terms. Yeah. I sketch every day because I know that's going to make me a better painter, and I know that's going to make me a happier man, and it's going to make my business grow. So I sketch every day. I doodle. I draw. I get my hand working. So whatever your sketching is, do that as often as possible until the confidence builds. The more you do it, the more confident you'll be with anything: speaking, writing, singing, everything. So
rapping, dancing, cooking, whatever your gift is, like, do it and consistently. Yes. Bro, when you put out that sketchbook, bro, I was sitting there like, bro is not playing. Like, he really brought his sketchbook out like, yeah, bro, I do this. Like,
it stays in my pocket, man. It stays,
you know what I mean? But before I close the show, bro, I always ask people, you know what I'm saying, what are your words of wisdom? What is it that you kind of carry as a mantra to encourage yourself and encourage other people? What would you say?
Okay, we definitely touch base on a lot of the ones that I take with me every single day. But
facts.
Get up and do it. That's it. Whatever it is, get up and do it.
Just do it. Get up and do it. Somebody else on the show said, just do it. And then he's saying, get up and do it. So, man, this is the season of get up and do it. You know what I'm saying? That's hard, bro. And
that's
y'all
the freedom
already
experience right
that's
there.
The freedom experience, bro. Getting up and doing it.
Yep.
Oh, bro, I get so turned up and so alive when I see people doing it, and when I see people doing it through love. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, God is love, and that's what it's all about. Y'all know what I say. It's time. Find freedom. It's time.
Find love.
Find love. Let's go. Peace, man. I'm out.
The Freedom Experience.